Nines is a very strong hand. You've got to love it here. This is a slam dunk. When you see this, you're hyped, right? But you can tell on his face he's not happy about this. PCA Live, guys. No, this is actually the Caribbean Poker Party main event, which happened in November. The PCA is no longer, by the way. PCA isn't an event anymore. Sick fold. Now, you got to respect Walter's shirt here. The black shirt, button downs. It's a nice touch, nice fit, but also it's got the thumbs up with the alternative pattern. I like it. It's a good one. Folds around to Andreas from Germany is going to fold. Yvonne folds. Diana. Just ordered my own first chips off Amazon. Very excited for him. Nice, Cherry Boy. Awesome, enjoy it. This is the final table? No, this is day 1A. Day 1A. Whoa, Charette. I know Charette from somewhere. I do. I feel like maybe they were a coach back in the day. If I'm remembering correctly.
Should see him get action with kings. Simon having all think, but can't see him doing anything but calling with this hand. Call is what he does. He's a pair on 6, 7, 10.
I don't know, man. Kings against ace-6 here. Tough one for Simon. I mean, in the big blind with an ace, you feel pretty good about your hand, but it's a bit scary now, right?
Moving raise pre, starting to fire up continuation bet on the 50,000.
Yeah, Simon Charette, 1.7 million in total live earnings. Best live cash is 567,000. Is this the same person? No, it's not. It's not the same person. I'm thinking of a different Charette, I think.
Cool, he does 8 on the turn. This should slow everything down.
Is this Duff Charette? I don't know, dude. I'm hella confused as to who this is, man. We are live. Yeah, we are live. Me and you. 8 on the turn, but this tournament is not happening right now in the world. But who cares? You didn't know that. Neither did I. I haven't seen it before. It's still an interesting sweat. What's up, toilet issue? Toilet tissue. Welcome. So Simon here with the ace-6 is going to check.
Wow.
Ace on the river. No! Charette, your hand is dead. Simon with the 2 pair has the best of it, and I don't think you're getting him to fold. Thinking about it. Long decision here. Check. Check it is. It's always so delicate and particular, the checking. Because you don't want to give off too much weakness by like doing it quickly, you know? So it's like very measured. I don't like being in that spot. Simon now. Do I value bet or not? I have top and bottom pair. There's a straight possible on the board. Do I want to value bet or do I want to just check? Simon does go for the value bet, which I like. It's easy for us to see, though. We can see the hands involved, right? But that's 165,000. Pretty big bet again. Pretty big bet. It's 220 in the middle, so it's about 2/3 here. Yo, Nexus 68A, what's up, man? Sean dropping the 60-month resub. 5 years. The 5-year club, man. Let's go 5 years and counting. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate it, Sean. Thank you for the 60 months, dude. Looking forward to being back in Canada at some point. We'll see you again soon, man. It'd be great to meet up. Thank you very much, Sean. Appreciate it, man. Hearts out in the chat for Nexus 68A, guys. Come on. Thank you. All right, Simon takes it down. Good fold from the Kings. Not happy about it, but good fold. And good start for the Irish player here. Continue on. Simon Deadman, 95 big blinds. Approximately. Action on Richard Seymour with the twos under the gun. I like the fold, actually. I think this is the right fold. Has 26 big blinds to start the hand. That's pretty short. And to play those pairs profitably, you need to be quite deep stacked to get the value from them. Fold around to Charette. 10-3 shooter on the button. I would fold, personally, but he might give it a go. The raise is in. The raise is in, chat. And here's the shirt I'm talking about, man. It's a clean shirt. Walter in the big blind with the ace-4 is coming along. It's a call. We're going to a flop. Thanks, buddy, for 5 years on content and what you brought to the poker community. You had a plan and made it happen. Can't wait for a meeting. Cheers, man.
What a flop it is. Ace 6, 3,
very kind of you. I appreciate it.
pair and flush draw, Walter.
It's been a good time. And we got at least another 5 on the go, man. Now, this is an action flop. Ace 6, 3, 2 diamonds on the flop. Charette flops a pair and a flush draw. Walter flopping the top pair. Bit of 50,000 from Charette. Quick call from Walter. Let's see a turn. 5 of hearts. 7 of hearts, same deal. Walter picks up a gut shot to go along with his pair of aces, and Charette still has the pair in the flush draw. Now, Charette has an interesting decision. Do I bet and maybe try and get some better hands to fold by the river, or do I just check and take the free card with my pair of threes and a flush draw? So it's kind of a decision. Looks like going for the aggressive action here. And a 160 or so, 165. A call from Walter. To the river. Jack of spades. This is a great river because a blank is actually great. Charette has a decision. Do I bluff or not? And Walter now, if Charette bluffs, is going to be put to the test. So I actually like the blank river here where... Oh, he cracked. He cracked. Oh. Oh, it would have worked. We can see the hands. But it would have worked, dude. The big old barrel on the end would have got it done, man. Oh, I was hyped to see it. I was really, really ready to get pumped up on that one. That's all right. Yeah, seeing the cards is such a trip, man, because the strategy becomes so obvious. Like, it's easy to just be biased. Like, of course you bluff on that card, but it's so easy to say that when you know it's safe. You just feel more confident in all the moves. It's an interesting experience. We continue on here on day 1A. Now, the home game on Party Poker, 39 minutes and 34 seconds away from starting up. There's 14 of us registered right now. It's a $5 buy-in. So hop in there. Exclamation mark home game if you need the details and you're not in already. I know 14 of you are. But usually we get about 100 people in the home game. Approximately, so should be good. Ace Queen of hearts for Walter. Who we'll call for 20,000. Richard Seymour in the big blind. The 8 deuce. I don't mind bluffing with this hand. This is one of the spots where you can see the cards and you know you shouldn't. But let's pretend we couldn't see the ace queen. It's an okay spot to raise in the big blind and pretend that you have something good. I like it, man. I like it. He's going to run into not a fold here. You know, ace-queen is never folding in this spot. But I like the attempt at a move. And there's the shove.
Jam.
And a fold. Yep.
Nice.
I like the move, though. I think it's the right decision.
Don't hit that from Richard. It's a pretty garbage hand. You're not really missing much equity by not.
But Walter, bossing this table, man. Getting it done.
Trying to steal it
2.6 million, picking up chips.
Just didn't work out this time.
All right. Go on, Walter.
Sometimes you
Is that Boris Johnson in C1? No, he's German. He's German. Close. Diana with the King 7 is going to fold. Rodriguez. I really don't know how to say Rodriguez because my brain expects it to be Rodriguez, like with 2 R's, Rodriguez, but it's Rodriguez. I don't know. If anyone is Spanish or speaks Spanish, tell me if I am screwing it up terribly. Hi. Hello, Pompji. What's up? Walter is going to raise on the button with King 6 suited. Richard Seymour has an all-in situation here with the Ace of Spades, Queen of Diamonds. This is definitely a play. He could do some funky other things less than all-in, but at a minimum, you're re-raising here. No delay, brother. It's true. What's up, Rand Corp? How's it going, man? You're blocking the shove. You're blocking the shove. Oh, my God. It's an all-in. And Seymour's going to get no action here. As we see, Andreas in the big blind has 10-3 of spades. It's going to fold. And Walter folds as well. There it is. All right. Seymour taking it down. Chilling in between meetings. Nice, friends. Good, man. I hope the meetings are going well. I hope you're having a great day. We're having a good stream here, dude. We're hanging out, watching Day 1A. The Caribbean Poker Party main event. It's pronounced Rodriguez. Donata. Rodriguez. Okay. Rodriguez. Rodriguez. Okay. Thank you. Andreas looks like a disappointing version of Gordon Ramsay. I need to go back around to Andreas. I don't. I don't.
Plus 2 finds pocket 7s. Raising up 50,000.
Walter folds. Richard folds. Andreas. Oh, I can see a bit of Gordon Ramsay in there. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Yvonne in the big line with the 10-3 of diamonds against Charette's raise. And Yvonne is going to call on the big blind. And we're going to go to a flop. Oh, I like the diamond on the flop. It's an interesting one. Yvonne flopping a gut shot and a backdoor flush draw, and Charette with the underpair. Now, we've seen Charette be very aggressive so far. I'm curious as to whether he continues with that or if he slows down a little bit here. It doesn't, yeah. I mean, it seems like a very aggressive player. Just betting, 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 betting. That was a kappa, Jamie. Oh, okay. In through the window, I just, all right. I don't know. Like, it sounded correct, so.
Not to beat. With those backdoor diamonds, not folding just yet.
Betting a call. Yvonne making the sticky call, but I like it. Turn is a 3. Another interesting card. Yvonne picks up a pair. Charette with the best hand with 7s right now, but must think that he's bluffing if he bets here on the turn. You know, you're not value betting 7s on the turn. That is for sure. You're not value betting 7s on the flop either.
Looks like he is going to fire again.
A very aggressive play from Charette. 90,000 here. And Yvonne, with such a small sizing, getting about 3.3 to 1 odds, picked up the pair, still has a gut shot. No backdoor flush draw anymore. Okay, is going to fold. It was almost a small enough sizing where she could consider it, right? But passes it off. Is this live? We are live with no delay, Royal Dave, but this tournament has happened in the past. It happened in November. This is the 2019 Caribbean Poker Party, and we're going to be broadcasting all the days, all 5 days, not in a row. We're going to do day 1A tomorrow, and I think I'll do day 1B tomorrow as well before we play. And then day 2, day 3 in the final table in about 2 weeks' time. So I'm going to go with Rodriguez. I think it's Rodriguez. We're not going to get to see his name, though. So, yeah, there it is. Rodriguez. That's what I think it is. Richard Seymour going for the fold. Andreas on the button here is going to raise it up. Diane full or Diana? Is this Diana or Diane? In Portuguese. Tough, man. Names are tough. Is going to call with the 8-6. Getting a good price. Interesting flop here. Diane has a 6. Why am I just now seeing the stream? What's up, iNappy? What's up, bro? And Andreas, I mean, very strong hand preflop, right? With the ace-queen, has a gut shot, 2 broadways, is going to check here, which is really good news for Diane. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it in Portuguese, man.
Check through once again.
Check, and a jack on the end. Diane checks, check.
Showdown with the
6. There it is. Right, I love this commentary. I'm glad you like it, man. Good. Are you playing your home game, Jamie? I am, yes. I'm not going to be showing the whole cards until we're done the day 1A commentary. So I'm going to play it off to the side as we watch here. But the home game starts up in 31 minutes. If you guys want to play, exclamation mark, home game. There it is. Ed K got it out there. There's the details. It's on Party Poker. You got plenty of time to open up an account, deposit your $20 or whatever, man. You got a $5 home game coming your way. Twitch open tomorrow for $11. Some good times, man. Come play some poker.
Earlier this year. Team Party Poker. Brazilian Pro. Coming so close.
Can't delay other screen? No. I don't have the capability to do like one screen on delay. Walter's going to raise it up to 50,000 here. But we'll still be in the home game by the time we're done coverage of day 1A here, so it's fine. Coverage, there is another 93 minutes of coverage. So we'll still be in the home game when we're done, and we'll fire up some other tournaments and stuff too.
Big blind and 500k back.
Day knee.
Walter, of course, will snap.
Day knee?
Good news, at least. It's not a bigger pair.
Is that it? Lon? Day knee?
Straight race.
Home game stream. There it is. 8 to 10. I gotta turn off that alert, man. Okay, we're fine, actually. Day equals die. Diany. Okay. I'm really concerned. I'm scared, man. Because I don't know. You guys could be pulling my leg, and I have no idea if it's true.
Jack 10,
Ace King against 9's all in here. Walter has got a lot of outs. 10 outs. Rodriguez holding for now. Has to dodge the ace, the king, and the queen, and does. Deuce on the end. Rodriguez
double up. Back to just above a starting
up on 1.1 million. There it is. There it is. Rodriguez. Can we play the home game from Belgium? Because I can't find it. I don't think so. Ed K knows the command for what places are restricted, but I think Belgium is B-Win, I think, which I don't think can play. Diane. Diane. Okay. I'm afraid. Diane. Let me Google this. Okay. I'm going to Google Walter with ace 10. It's a good one. YouTube. D-I... D-A-Y-A-N-E.
Walter 50,000 with ace 10 of hearts. And this one should get through. Charette, the last man in the pot, looks down at the queen deuce off in the big blind.
See if YouTube has a video of how to pronounce it properly. Because I'm just... I'm afraid. I trust you, chat, but you could be trolling me, man. I don't know. No, that didn't do anything. I'm going to go Diane. Diane. I'm going to believe it. I'm going to trust you. RXC and Lon 1. Diane. Good. Good. Diane. Portuguese is difficult, I think. Yvonne is going to put the king 7. And Diane nailed it, right? Crushed it. With the ace deuce of diamonds. Going to raise to 50,000. Rodriguez folds. Charette in the small blind folds. Simon in the big blind with the ace of hearts, 6 of spades. Definitely good enough hand to call here. Diane raising in the cutoff. I mean, you can have all sorts of hands. Hands that a6 is beating. Like, what are you going to do? King, queen, king, jack, king 10, queen, jack, queen 10, jack 9 suited, 10, 9 suited. You know, pocket threes. All that's raising. So, definitely call from a6.
10, 9, 8,
we go to a flop. 10, 9, 8. Pretty interesting, right? A very connected board. A lot going on. There's a heart flush draw out there. Simon has a gut shot and a backdoor heart draw. And Diane has nothing. Completely whiffed. Wow. That's a good turn for Simon. Making the straight, also picking up the nut flush draw. Pretty good.
chips in the pot. 40,000 chip back. No way they continue with ace high on this board.
So Simon's going to bet 40,000. I don't think Diane has any options here. It's a very small bet, but at the same time, like beating very little. Doesn't really have any outs either, right? Yeah, it's going to fold. Moving on. You back? What's up? No Apollyon. Yeah, my friend. We are streaming today and tomorrow. And then I'm off until next Friday after that because my family's visiting. But I got a couple fun streams coming up. Richard Seymour here. Call per 58. It times out any links in the chat. So that just comes up as star, star, star for me. I can't see that link that you linked to me.
Richard, 40k.
So Richard raising it up to 40,000 with the king jack of spades, and we can see Charette on the button has a very good hand. Now Richard might still be able to see a flop here, because king jack of spades is a good enough hand to call and see a flop with.
Just gotta go ahead and free bet.
Didn't head down to Nottingham. Nah, dude, just focus on the stream and team online, stuff like that. I was thinking about going to play the live event because obviously it would have been really fun. Play the online day 1, day 2, but I thought this would be
Walter looks down
more
for
valuable.
kings.
You know, there's a lot of
Big
pros
blind
there
sees his action.
already,
Down
so I
the
thought
open.
this would make more sense.
Free bet from the button.
Walter with
Just
kings.
moves it all in.
Wow. Wow.
Look at this.
Holy smokes. Walter just shoved 2 million. Whoa, that's a big shove. And very quickly, too. And Shret folds, obviously. You're not going to call off, you know, like 80 big blinds or something. Shouldn't shove that much, man. It's too much. You can't do it with the kings. You can't do that, man.
Party Poker Live, million
Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Thanks for checking it out.
days.
This is
Live
fun.
exclusively
We've got
on
another
Poker
80
Live.
minutes or so of coverage from day 1A. But we're going to do day 1B tomorrow as well. So if you're enjoying this, come back for tomorrow. And we're going to do 6 more hours of live poker commentary before we play a session tomorrow. And we're going to play a session tonight too. So having a lot of fun doing it. Hope you guys are liking it. Home game coming up very soon as well.
This, the main event.
And I'll take care of this bedhead later. I'm recording a podcast with Elkie as well, which is going to be the weekly poker showdown. I'm doing that tonight after the stream. Oh my God, I'm busy the next 2 days, man. Live poker, online poker, podcast. Drop a shower in there, get a sleep in it, repeat tomorrow. Damn. My shove there, 3-bet, but 80 big blinds. Yeah, it's too much, man, too much. The shove is way too much. Way too much. Richard with the ace-5 of spades is going to call the raise from Yvonne. Raise up king 8 of clubs to a flop. Oof. Yvonne with the open ender. We can, of course, see Richard has the best hand. It's going to be really difficult for Richard to win this pot. Just because of the position and you know, the different strength that both players are representing. Yvonne could check back here, but has no problems betting as well.
Richard checking the option with ace-5 over to Yvonne on this 6-7-9 board.
Bunch of new followers to the channel. Thank you guys very much for checking it out, the stream. Glad you guys are liking it.
She's gone big. 100 into 110. Very hard for him to continue.
Yeah, Richard folds. Yvonne takes it down. There it is. Takes it down. Huge bet. Very big, yeah. Very, very big bet. Hello, Lee. Hello, Lee lad. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. I know the scarf, dude. Who has the scarf? Rodriguez? We got Walter here on the button with 8-7 of diamonds. A pretty hand. Gonna raise it up to 55,000. Richard Seymour in the small blind. Shove! Richard, you best be shoving this, man. With the pocket 2s and 400K. We can, of course, see Walter has 8-7 and wouldn't call.
Feels like another spot, just has to sigh and jam it in.
There it is. Richard Seymour plays good poker, like making good decisions. So far, all the decisions I've seen have been good. Richard definitely knows what he's doing. Played a lot of tournaments. Andreas in the big blind. Likes to tank for no reason, apparently, with these hands for just like 3 seconds. And then Walter, 8-7, can't call here. Whoa, Walter. Walter. Hold on a second, Walter. Don't do this, man. Like, come on, dude. Don't call here. You do not have to call, Walter. It's getting very windy in Edinburgh. Walter. Oh. Quick luck, quick luck. How many times do you rebuy in the home game if you get knocked out? Max. Walter folds. All right, just maybe send in a message like, hey, don't do that.
It's 2 from 2.
Maybe that's what he was doing. I don't know. Yeah, so actually max re-entries of 1, so I can only re-enter 1 time. So yeah. But I never bust twice, man. Thought he was going to do his best Mike Postle impression. Lol. Danny is going to fold with the Queen 7. Rodriguez fold the 10-6. Charette, King 7 offsuit. Folds. Simon. And folds around to Walter. I don't think Walter's going to play, so on to Seymour with the 5-4 suited on the button. Doesn't have very many chips, but could elect to play this hand, especially with the player in the 1 or the 2 seat, who, I mean, I would make the assumption is probably playing a little bit too tight, just based off appearances alone, right? That if I was Richard Seymour and I was moving at the table, I saw this player, I would assume they're not playing enough hands. They're not playing aggressively enough in the small blind. So that would be my guess. And then Yvonne in the big blind here with the ace deuce. We've seen Yvonne play very aggressive for sure, but you know, Richard Seymour hasn't. So I think good to open the 5-4 diamonds. We go to a flop. Ace, Jack 7. Good flop for Yvonne, and Richard has nothing here. 6 for the open ender, 8 for the gut shot, and that's really the only hope for Richard, or bluffing, of course. But it's not a great hand to bluff, you know. Usually, you like bluffing when you pick up outs, when you pick up equity, but there is no equity here, man. There's nothing. So bet and a call, and Richard's got to know he's in a bit of trouble here. Deuce. Okay, actually, deuce brings in the gutter. I didn't realize deuce or 3 brings in the gutter. Now, that is a potentially interesting barrel card for Richard. And Yvonne has 2 pair. Thank you, Ed K. Yeah, Ed K points it out. There we go. Deuce or 3 for the gut shot. That's it. I missed that.
Looks like he's going.
And a bet of 75,000. Thinking about it. Man, I love watching live poker streams like this that are high definition and quality. Because, like, we can see all of the tells that she's thinking about, you know? Like, all of her demeanor and everything. You could really read into it, you know what I mean? She goes for the shove with the ace deuce. Takes it down. What's the password for the home game? Kappa. K-A-P-P-A. Type it in there for you. Home game kicking off in 15 minutes from now. 20 of us registered. I think it's going to be a big one, man. If we already got 20 with 15 minutes left, it's going to be good. Come on, guys. Hop in. Mine's 10,000, 20,000. Rodriguez just folded King Jack under the gun. Which can be the right fold and could be kind of tight too, depending on his stack. Walter folds the 7-4. Richard Seymour on the cutoff with ace deuce. A little bit too much to shove, but is going to go for it anyways. Might be making a read that his opponents are tight, or he might just be going for a wide shove. I don't know. Andreas with the 9s. See, in the way he's reacting to this, I'm picking up a read here. Because he doesn't look happy about it. Let's go back here for a second. We haven't done this the whole thing, but. 446. All right, so watch this. Watch the reaction from Andreas.
Gonna open jam this time.
He doesn't like it. Look, he doesn't like it. Nines is a very strong hand. You've got to love it here. This is a slam dunk. When you see this, you're hyped, right? But you can tell on his face he's not happy about this, which says a lot about Andreas's relative skill strength, like skill level at this point. So if I was sitting at the table and I saw Andreas react that way to nines, I'd be like, okay, that means I want to play a lot of hands against Andreas.
That was the wrong decision there, Andreas. Richard lives to play another hand.
My life just flashed before my eyes, dude. Wow. I mean, I hate to be... I'm just so shocked. I'm literally... Yeah. I'm so shocked. I was completely taken by surprise. Completely. King 10 of diamonds raises. Oh, Richard Seymour with the king of the king, Dottie. Now, does he call or does he raise?
Raising to 50,000.
He could call and slow play. He could. But standard is to raise, you know. Especially with the kings.
Blind stack and pocket kings.
I got to use my emote. Upper Mill Will. It looks good on you, man. The stab W, it's made for you.
Both be fine plays. Given he's already jammed over.
Richard's all in.
It's nice to do it once more. Again, don't know why Andreas is wasting this time. He's not calling nines. He's certainly not calling 9-8 offsuit.
Andreas folds. Okay. Yvonne folds. Diane! Oh, with tens.
In the small.
Diane with 10 and the 10, man.
This is a bit of a cold deck for her. She's seen Richard
This is not good news for Diane because I think this is going to be a call with the tens.
down a moment ago.
I think this is probably a call and then a fold if Walter goes all in over the top. Or just a shove. Either is fine.
Concerned
But you, against a player like Walter in a live tournament, you can probably call and fold here.
covers her. She has a little over 1.1 million. Reasonable play. She can call here, and if Walter does decide to get it in, she can fold.
Yeah, so it's a call and a fold.
Exactly what it looks like she's going to do.
Rodriguez folds.
Very pleased
Walter
to see Walter
folds.
fold. She'll be less pleased when she sees the cold deck situation. She's got herself
And we are all in here. Kings against tens.
rather unfortunate, but still in with a chance.
7, 8, 9 on the flop. Come on. Atlantic Ghost. Why does this Andreas guy saw like 7 seconds there with 8, 9 off? That's what I dislike about live poker, to be honest. This Andreas guy just actually doesn't know, to be honest.
Two diamonds,
So-
you need to play with the diamond.
I mean, they just folded nines in a spot where they shouldn't have. So they're just inexperienced and they think that's what they're supposed to do. That's really it. I'm assuming this is like someone that won their seat in a very small stakes,
Down to 7
like Satellite or something like that, you know, or
to a starting stack.
was at the resort and decided to play a tournament and they're worth 100 million. I don't know. Right. They just like, they're definitely not experienced because they folded nines in a really crazy spot there. So I'm assuming he just doesn't know that he doesn't have to tank when he has 8-9 with 6 seconds pre-flop. That's my guess. Kings take it down against the tens. What is Dayane's nickname on Party Poker? I don't know. I don't know, Djibouti. Anyone else know? Sometimes people also take time to make it seem like it is a tough choice. Yeah. It's kind of a weaker move, Z Kolbster. You're right, though. People do that sometimes, but it's like a... There's not very many good players that do that, at least pre-flop anyways, before the flop comes down. You don't often see people thinking, folding. Like, pre-flop plays quickly, and then post-flop, sometimes you have that. Richard Seymour with the ace-queen. This is quite a run-up. Back up to 920,000, picks up the ace-queen of hearts.
Another big hand. Ace, queen of hearts under the gun +2.
Raises to 50K. Andreas with the ace-4 of clubs. Now, this is a playable hand. Curious to see how Andreas is going to play this.
Four of clubs.
Folds.
He's played too many hands, Andreas. What the hand?
Aces! Oh, she's going to get all the chips back, man.
Finds aces.
She's going to get them all back. Ace, ace. Richard Seymour with the ace-queen of hearts.
On the button.
I mean, just as the chat is saying, Richard is picking up hands like it's nothing. That's the thing about poker. This is all it takes.
She does. Bump it up to 1.
That's it.
3 times the open. Pretty reasonable given their stack depth.
Re-raise to 150,000 back on Richard Seymour. I can't fault him for going all in here. It's a very strong hand. You totally could. You could call. You could 4-bet. Like, you could do all those things. Just don't fold, as is the point here.
Careful.
She has 610,000 left. Yeah, you're all in. You're all in.
And is a rather conservative player.
It's just gonna call. Okay, 300,000 in the middle.
10, 7-3 rainbow.
10, 7, 3. 1 hearts. Can Richard Seymour get away from his hand now? 350,000 in the middle. Dayani has 610K in her stack. Obviously, she's not worried about this flop at all. She's loving life with the aces. Could consider checking back and be sneaky, but probably the standard play is a bet about, 125,000, 130,000. 125,000, there it is. Back on Richard Seymour, who I can't fault for a call here either. There's almost $500,000 in the pot. It's so cheap to continue. You don't know she has aces. You could still have the best hand here with ace queen of hearts. There it is. And a call to the turn. 9 of diamonds. That probably allows Richard Seymour to get away from his hand. Dayani on this 9 of diamonds with 485,000 left.
485 back.
She actually doesn't like this card very much. She doesn't like it with her range, but also it seems to me she's like trying to figure out if she should shove or not.
Sense that Richard doesn't have anything.
10 seconds. Alright.
There it is. And there's no way Richard can call this with ace queen high.
And yeah, I'm assuming Richard's going to fold. We'll see.
And she gets the good news of no snap call.
What's up, Tyrone Tapwater? Hello, man. Welcome. It's gonna be a fold. After a bit of pondering, I think it's gonna be a fold.
Seconds. 5, 4.
There it is. Dayani picking up a big pot. Richard Seymour losing a few, but could have lost them all there very easily. So, I mean, respect for getting away with some of the chips. So we continue on. Day 1A of the Caribbean Poker Party, which happened in November. We are recasting 1A today. Walter raises, or no, doesn't. Just has a6. No raise. Just has a6 here. Blinds are 10,000, 20,000 with a 20,000 ante. Our home game, by the way, is starting up in 5 minutes. So I should throw a plug out for this. There it is. I have to actually just go full screen for a second so that I can turn off the table snapping I have. So, yeah, we have a home game going on in Party Poker right now. It's a $5 buy-in. You can find it in the restricted section on Party Poker. So let me go here and you can see right here, restricted. Turn this off because it's a $5 buy-in and you'll see it in here. You can turn off everything else if you want. It's not going to show up for me because I'm already registered, but you can see Egyptian has one later as well. So restricted. $5 buy-in. The password to play is Kappa. Okay, so KAPPA, and should be a lot of fun. There's a $25 bounty on my head, etc. So with the 4-minute delay, the tournament will have just started, but you have plenty of time to register. There's like an hour and 10 minutes of late reg, I think. So
Andreas, of course, makes the call with King Queen of Hearts.
lots of time.
Wow. Ace, 8.
There we go. Taking everyone as a friend of the stream on our table. Good luck. I'm not going to be able to show you the hands because we're, obviously on no delay. Andreas against Adeyemi, Ace 8 against Andreas's King Queen of Hearts. Let me pull this over here, I think. The easiest to play it right here.
Check on the flop. 3 of hearts.
Check on the flop. Ooh, 3 of hearts on the turn. Andreas picks up the flush draw.
Let's see him check call this one.
Another check.
Check he does, and they check back the flop, but now it's time to bet.
D&E. Gotta feel pretty good about her hand, obviously. Can she get some value, though? That's the question. Can she get some value from her hand? Will her worst hand pay off? Now, Andreas probably should actually call here with the heart draw. We don't know if he will, but he probably should. Yeah, it can't be the King of Hearts, Tyrone.
Might be good.
See, you can see this with Andreas as well. I'm not picking on him or anything, just less experience than the rest of the table. You can see he's not considering her at all in this situation. She's not thinking about what he has. He's thinking about the board. He's looking right at it. He's looking at his chips. He's looking at the board. His chips, the board. His chips, the board. He's not interested in her. And you see that all the time in newer players playing cash games, playing tournaments. They're thinking about their hand. They don't care what you have. They're just like, do I have a chance of hitting a heart? Do I have a chance of making it? Is my hand good enough? When really you should be thinking about what kind of hands does she have? What kind of hands are they playing? How has the action led up to this situation? So that's really like level 1 to level 2 poker. It's the first thing you progress through as you improve at the game. Is you stop thinking all about like my hand, how many outs do I have? Is my hand good? To like considering beyond that. Yo, Randy P, thanks for the follow, yo. Thank you. And Gabriel Corso as well. Thanks for the follow. All right, home game. 30 of us entered right now. We usually get about 100 by the end of registration, so it should be good. Hopefully we get 100. Day&E with the 5-4 of diamonds in the hijack.
Okay, with 4 or 5 of diamonds in the hijack.
We have about an hour left of live poker here. Jamie, do you know if there's a stream for the 10K in Nottingham? There is on Poker Go. They are streaming the Millions UK. So if you have a Poker Go subscription, you can head over there and watch that today.
Deuces in the small.
Well, that's not true, question mark. You don't have to look at an opponent to think about what hand they have. That's true. It's correct. You don't have to stare them down to think about it, but you can just tell with this opponent, right? You can. I've seen it a million times playing live cash games. Like that guy is thinking about his hand and how many chips are in the pot. Like you see it, it's like squirrel motion, which again, I'm not beating up on the guy, right? Like there's nothing wrong with that. We're all at different levels in poker, but I've seen it against countless people playing the 1-2 tables. My hand, middle. My hand, middle. My chip stack. My hand, middle. Back forth, back forth, back forth. Like you can read the whole thing. The eyes are just telling the whole story. They're not thinking about other things. But of course you could do that, right? You could put on a show and pretend that, you were thinking just about those things and actually be thinking about it. But we know based on watching this final table that this is not what's happening here. You know what I mean?
I can't imagine either player wanting to put chips in on this card.
I used to play with a guy all the time that like wore his actions on his sleeve every time. When he was interested in his hand, he would tune everything out. He was in the zone. You could talk to him and he wouldn't be able to listen. You'd be in a conversation, he'd be like, yeah. And just like look at his hand, look at his stack, look at the pot. Hand, stack, pot. He just immediately would shut down and just like be in it, you know? It was the easiest tell ever. You're just like, oh yeah, he's interested. And then you could tell on the river, if the draw's bricked and he snapped out of it, then you could tell like, oh, okay, well, he didn't hit, you know? If he just like released the tension. It was very apparent.
To see how he can proceed here with
10 seconds.
the deuce high flush draw.
I used to play home games with this guy.
Small blind, big blind, okay?
Dayany taking it down with a 5, beating the pair of 2s. Did have the best hand. We have a new dealer moving in. Again, you think it's red hair until it's into light, and it's not.
As our final level of the day is about to get underway. Blinds going up to 10,000, 25,000.
It's on Party Poker, Aiden.
25,000 big blind ante. And that's how things change. We're on just below the 100 big blind mark. There's our table chip leader. Walter also over the 2 million.
Here's the chip stack. So Yvonne on 2.3 million is pretty good. Seymour on 645 as the shortest stack right now. Andreas, we haven't seen too much from Andreas.
At the Caribbean Poker Party main event. Yeah, in Baja Mar.
As of yet. Find myself doing that very often. I'm thinking about my opponent, not what it looks like I'm paying attention to, though. You just never really know. It's true, but you do know, though. It's all I can say from experience. Like, you can tell when someone's wrapped up in their own world and when they're not. You can tell. It's easy to see. It's easy to see. But I hear what you're saying. Like, I understand technically it's true. But you can tell looking at the Shrek guy who's looking at his hand right now. You can tell he's not in his own world, even though he's only looking at his hand. It's a different experience.
Move on, ace-3 of diamonds.
That's it. We'll see if we get to sweat this opponent again. And maybe you'll be able to tell what I'm talking about. Maybe you won't. I don't know.
Easy call for him.
But it's like a live, you know, it's just a live tell thing. You can see. Okay, I'll download it now. There you go, Aiden. We got Aiden join us on Party Poker today. Thank you very much, man. I'm playing the home game on the side, and I'm happy to report I've chipped up to 55,000. Off to a good start. Thank you, Phobia. I'm glad you're liking the stream, yo. Yvonne's going to bet 35,000 on this King 5. I mean, both players are okay here. I think Richard should probably continue. Has the ace high, has the backdoor flush draw. To be honest, I really like how Richard's playing so far. There's only one situation where I would have chose a different choice if I was Richard. Other than that, I think flawless, personally. So I think he's really playing well. Yvonne playing well as well, you know. Just Richard Seymour is known for playing American football, not poker. So that's the only reason I bring it up, is because people may assume that he's just like a big fish in the field or whatever, and I don't see that. Check, check, and a queen on the river. Okay. Taking some new friends to the stream. What's up? Richard checks. Yvonne's probably going to check here. It's not a particularly great spot to bluff. But of course, we can see Richard has a pair, so he's never folding to a bet here. On the end, at least I wouldn't think so.
And I like it. She's going to bet big if she bets. It's 200,000, just under the pot.
I know. I forgot.
It's pretty grim for Richard. He does.
There's something to be said about the speed at which people
Paid her off before.
look at things too. The speed at which they're switching from hand to pot to chips. Speed is a big factor when you think about it. I would say the faster it is, the more recreational it is, or the more likely it is that they're newer. I find it. Thank you. I'll hack your mind, Jamie. Doctor, awesome. Bring the heat, man. Hack my mind. Bring it. Yvonne with 8s under the gun here. Pretty good hands. He's going to raise it up to 50,000. Danny folds the 7-4. Rodriguez folds 9-4. Charette, ace, king of diamonds. Very good hand. See this consideration, like this pause, like thinking, like that. That's so different than the other movements.
Go ahead and make it 150, 160 pardon me to play.
Simon folds an unknown hand. Walter picks up the pair but folds. Andreas folds.
It's not that ambiguous spot for Yvonne. She's open under the gun.
Yvonne checking what Charette is playing.
Can't really do much else but call. She has to tread very carefully, starting the hand only about 30 big blinds deep.
We get a call from Yvonne to a flop. Queen 7-3, 1 diamond. Yvonne has the best hand, but she's in a difficult position. You know, she got re-raised. They're pretty deep stack. She's out of position with kind of a middle pair, so it's not easy for her. And I would expect Charette, who's been playing pretty aggressive, to probably continue the trend. Bet of 140,000.
140 is the C bet. Plenty of good cards he can continue to barrel on here. I'll have to do that if he wants to bet this flop.
And a call. To the turn, deuce of spades.
Deuce of spades. Not one of those cards he's going to be keen to barrel on.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help Charette. Yvonne is still worried. Against another bet, this probably works for Charette. I don't know if he's going to continue betting or not, though. It's not a very good card. Not very good at all. Home game up to 44 of us.
He does throw up the flag.
Check, check. 10 of hearts in the end.
On the river. Not flush draw completes.
Now, Yvonne doesn't like that 10.
Bluff this.
Probably just checks here, I'm guessing, right? With the pair of 8s. You want to get to a showdown. You don't think you can really value bet your hand. Check.
He knows he can't be good now. One check called the flop. No hand
And
equals.
Charette probably knows he doesn't have the best of it here, right? Does that mean he's going to bluff or not? Okay,
He
check,
just
check.
gives it up.
And Yvonne is going to win the pot with 8s.
3 million chip mark. Charette down to a starting stack. This has gone all.
There it is.
Yvonne's
Do you
way.
believe the fast raise or shove in online poker often represents bluff not thinking it through? Moves like it often does in live poker, from Blaze Rion. The thing is, sometimes people just know that quickly. And then sometimes they're playing multiple tables, so when it takes a long time, they actually end up snap shoving, but they just had 3 other decisions to get to first. So it's a lot more difficult in online poker to use timing tells. I don't think it's a 0% correlation. Like, I think there's something to learn, but there's going to be a lot of false positives. There's going to be a lot of situations where it doesn't line up. So it's like a small data point to consider, I'd say. PSR 1973. Jamie, besides family and friends, what do you miss most about Canada? I assume it's Tim Hortons or hockey. I would say, the Canadian spring and summer, actually. So half of the seasons.
Charette under the gun
Because here in the
plus
UK,
2
it's
this
like
time. He's
fairly
deuce
same
nine.
the whole year. Whereas in Canada, it gets really nice and
Lots of
warm in the
blinds
summer.
to
Like
try and get some of those chips back.
you know, like a cold summer day is like 15 degrees, 14 degrees is like a chilly summer day. And then a warm one is like 30 degrees and kind of brilliant weather and nice fluffy clouds and just really great, you know. Whereas here in the UK, it's kind of like overcast and same all the time, you know. That's what I'd say. Shret's going to raise it up to 60,000 here. Yvonne in the big blinds with a suited hand.
Peel from the big.
It's going to call. All right.
Got 9, 3 of hearts. 8.
4, 8, 8. Both players miss.
Reduces to any action.
Now, Charette raised an early position, so he's going to have a lot of big hands
Fold.
in his range, right? Yvonne completely missed the board, but is going to have more 8s than Charette. Now, I don't think you can just check raise 9-3 here. I think there needs to be limits on how often you attack a board like this, but it's just interesting to know that Yvonne's range of hands has more 8s than Charette, but Charette's range is stronger. So that imbalance is what dictates a lot of the strategy in this spot when you're playing high-level poker. I do miss Tim Hortons as well. Yeah, Tim Hortons is a nice comfort food, but it's not like, you know, Tim Hortons isn't like my favorite meal all time, you know. I do miss a bit of Canadian food as well, like some of that as well, for sure.
Once again, queen
Check on the turn, queen on the end. We can see Charette has the best hand, but Yvonne could bluff here and it might work. Aiden, we on the lookout for We Love Jack Nine of Hearts taking your bounty. All right, bro. Bring the heat. Bring the heat. I feel like Canadian Tim Hortons is like the equivalent to Nando's in the UK. You know, or like Greg's, actually. Like that, you know, there's an attachment, but it's not a huge attachment. It's not like when you get home, it's something you want to do, but it's something you will do, you know?
Try and make Yvonne fold a 4 or 5.
Like, it's good, but not great, but it's part of who we are. That kind of thing.
What she does.
And Charette bluffs with the best hands and takes it down.